Chris, and in this geometry lesson, we're going to look at defining some terms that refer to the angles along two parallel lines. So first of all, for this particular figure, we'll call this line L and this line M. And in this figure, line L is parallel to line M. And these two lines are cut by what we refer to as a transversal, which is this diagonal line that we see moving across these two parallel lines. So to define these different terms, we're going to take a look at pairs of angles that make up angles that are supplementary, corresponding, alternate interior angles, or same side interior angles. And we'll talk about some of the values associated with these different angle pairs. Let's start with supplementary. So by definition, when we see something that indicates angles are supplementary, it means that those angles will add up to 180 degrees. Supplementary means 180 degrees. You might have heard the term complementary, which means angles that add up to 90 degrees, but right now with these parallel lines, we're looking at pairs of supplementary angles. And it's important to note that for any straight line, angles along that line are supplementary. So for example, if we look at line L, that straight line, angle 1 and 2 together make up that straight line. So 1 and 2 would be a pair of supplementary angles. A couple other examples here. 1 and 4, they go along this transversal line. So 1 and 4 would also be supplementary angles. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, etc. And there are several more examples that we could include from this figure. 6 and 7 are supplementary because they're along a straight line together. So are 2 and 3. So are 5 and 8, and so forth. Now, corresponding angles are going to be angles that are equal to each other, and they will be in the same position relative to the parallel line and the transversal. So for example, if we take a look at angle 1, we can see that angle 1 is above line L and to the left of the transversal. So another angle that is above the corresponding parallel line, line M, and to the left of the transversal, if we look above and to the left of the transversal, that's going to be angle 5. So angle 5 and angle 1 have equal values, and those are what we refer to as corresponding angles. They're in the same position as one another in terms of where they're located relative to the parallel lines and the transversal. A couple other pairs of corresponding angles might be angles 3 and 7, which are below and to the right, below and to the right. Angles 2 and 6, above and to the right, above and to the right, etc. One more example that we see here would be angle 4 and angle 8. So for corresponding angles, we're looking at angles that are in the same position as one another, just like angle 1 and 5 that we see here. Now, let's take a look at alternate interior angles, and for those, I'm going to hide those angle equalities, and we're going to take a look at alternate interior angles. So alternate refers to the fact that these angles will be on opposite sides of the transversal, and interior refers to the fact that they will be inside the parallel lines, so closer to each other. And alternate interior angles will always be equal. So for example here, if we look inside on the inner part of these parallel lines, the alternate interior angles here would be 4 and 6, or 3 and 5. We can see that they're on opposite sides of the transversal, yet on the interior of the parallel lines. So alternate interior angles, we have 4, 6, and 3, 5 as our angle pairs there. Angle 4 and angle 6 would be equal. Angle 3 and angle 5 are equal as well. And lastly, for same side interior angles will be supplementary. It means they'll add up to 180 degrees. So for same side interior, we're looking at two angles that are on the interior of the parallel lines, but on the same side of the transversal. So here, for example, angles 3 and 6 are on the interior of the parallel lines, yet on the same side. They're both to the right of that transversal. So these are same side interior angles, and together, same side interior angles must add up to 180 degrees. In other words, they are supplementary. So angles 3 and 6 are supplementary, angles 4 and 5 are supplementary, and are both examples of same side interior angles. If you haven't already, please watch our other videos that show the relationship between exterior angles rather than interior, and a new term, vertical angles, which is also shown in our other angles as they relate to parallel lines video. If you have more questions, please feel free to visit our website at sandersontestprep.com. Thanks for watching.